Hello, and welcome to the Jort King channel. Now, for those of you who have seen my channel prior to this video, this format may be giving you some type of whiplash. It's certainly very different. In this video, my goal is to help lull you to sleep. That was not obvious enough by the title and thumbnail. And the game I'm playing now is Solarpunk. It's a game I have played before, admittedly, back when the demo was out some months ago. And I will say, I did have a fun time playing it before. It was very fun. At the time, was trying to look for a game that both me and my girlfriend could play together. Although she doesn't have a desktop similar to me, I was very much on the hopeful side that sometime in the future she would get a computer and we might be able to play games together. And in a sense, my dream has come true. You see, my girlfriend's a student, and because of that, you know, she has a laptop for school, and it's a MacBook, however, so choice of games is quite limited. Nonetheless, there are still a good select number of games that we're able to play together. For instance, recently we've been playing this game called Don't Starve Together, and that game is a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed playing it with her. I think it's more intense than what she's probably used to, as the kind of games that she's most used to playing is things like The Sims and crossword puzzles and other types of games you can find on, I believe it's the New York Times app. It's looking like we're going to have to collect this stone, then we can make this pickaxe. But because of that, she's definitely not super experienced in games, which is really making the Don't Starve Together experience quite fun and interesting. But I'm not sure if this game is available on Mac, and if it were, I'm not sure if her laptop could handle it. But nonetheless, I am here to hopefully help you fall asleep. Now, let's see. I need to mine a stone with my pickaxe. Just like that, it's gone. That didn't seem to complete the tutorial checklist, however. Perhaps it needs to be a bigger stone. That seemed to do it. Good. Now we have to craft a hoe. Let's go ahead and do that. Also a crafting table. And we need to plant and water a berry bush. Here we go. Let's get this down here. And I believe we can just use the hoe to make a plot of land, if I remember correctly. It has been some months. Where is that berry? Here we go. Alright. That's our berry in the ground. Oh, a chicken. He looks quite scary in the eyes, I must admit. We're able to midge him. Oh, I have to unlock the Animal Basics pack in the research table to learn more about animals. I think I know a rather decent bit myself. For a few years, for a few years during and shortly after high school, I worked at a feed store out in Arizona. And while working there, I had the opportunity to move a lot of hay bales and do deliveries on occasion. And the deliveries that I would go on were most often to farms and farm-like locations where they would have many animals. As such, I was able to interact with a lot of animals, mainly horses. And horses are a lot of fun. They're great. They have really big personalities, which is fun to interact with. Let's cut down some more wood. Then we can make that watering thing, the watering can. Here we go. Should have it in just a moment. Or not. There we go. Oh, I think I need to be closer to the crafting table. Or in it. Here we go. It's raining, but I cannot collect water. Must have to go here to the pond. Here we go. Let's go ahead and water this berry bush. Perfect. Now we need to craft and read the survival guide. What does that take? 2 leaves. Alright. Where can I find these leaves at? Perhaps by cutting down another tree. Let's see. Perhaps if we just get a few down, we'll see much faster. Or maybe only a % chance that a leaf will drop. Okay. There we go. I got a leaf. Let's make this survival guide. Now let's see what's in here. Oh, that is a lot of things. Nothing that seems to be super interesting. Let's go ahead and craft these other necessary items. Research table. We need 1 cloth, which we can now make. There we go. And we also need a rain collector, which I'm not seeing anywhere yet. Perhaps we need to get the research table down. Let's go ahead and move this if we can. There we go. Put that right in front of our crafting table. Now let's see if we can research it. There we go. Oh, there's a number of things we can research. It's starting to come back to me now. A well, chest, and a beehive. Perfect. So far, the Don't Starve Together experience has been a very fun one, to say the least. Given my girlfriend is not very acclimated to playing games, there's certainly a big learning curve. However, I also have not played many games like Don't Starve Together. I find myself, as sad as it may be, I play Rocket League most often. It's actually quite sad the amount of hours that I've put into it. Right now, I believe I'm sitting at just under 5,000 hours. But I'm GC, so I guess, or Grand Champion for the uninitiated. So I suppose there is a trade-off there. At least I have fun. So, if you have fun, that's all that matters. I'm curious, for those who may be watching, what is the game that you play the most? Hopefully it's less embarrassing. Alright, let's go and get this rain collector crafted if we can, or see what else we need. Let's see, 8 stones and 3 sticks. Alright. Here we go. We got a big stone here. Should only need to get 1 more stone down in order to complete that. There we go. And I believe we can craft the sticks. Perfect. And now we've got a rain collector. Awesome. Let's go ahead and plant this. Or put it down. There we go. Now it would like us to build a house. A build hammer. Let's get that. I believe I saw that here. 4 sticks and 5 stone. Alright. Oh, I forgot. The small rocks only provide sand. Let's find another big rock. Oh, I was right next to one. Yeah, the Rocket League experience has certainly been a tumultuous one. Although I do have just under 5,000 hours, which is a lot. I believe that is somewhere around an entire year's worth of playtime, if you were to be playing non-stop. My one defense to that is that I have been playing for around 8 years, I believe. I believe I started back in 2018. So, in my defense, it has taken me some time to be able to accumulate that many hours. Now let's see what we can build. Quite the slew of options: brick, glass, and wood. Let's go ahead and get some foundations placed. Where are they? Here we go. Foundation too low. Let's see. T and the mouse wheel to increase the height. Is it able to go farther up than that? Oh. Doesn't seem I'm able to place it much higher. This doesn't seem to be changing the height at all. Oh, there we go. I was trying to use the scroll wheel. That was rather confusing. Alright. Now that we got that down, can make ourselves a cozy little home. 3x3 on the foundations. And it's nighttime. Now, in the demo of this game, I was able to get as far as crafting an airship. And as fun as the premise for that is, it is quite a hassle to control them. So, hopefully that's been fixed since the full release. Let's see. Let's make a door. I need glass. Perhaps just a wooden door will do for now. There we go. And how about a window? Still need glass. Let's just stick with regular walls for now. But it looks like we need some more wood. Looks like it has a few other things it'd like us to do for the tutorial. Let's see, plant a tree. I believe we can do that rather easily. As well as chop a bush with an axe. Seems easy enough. Get a few more of these saplings going. Now, I'll admit my idea for this video was inspired by another. I believe his name is Sleepy Slorgs. And I like his channel. I had only recently discovered his sleeping channel, where it seems like the main idea is that he plays chaotic games of sorts, and you fall asleep while watching them, while he talks about whatever's on his mind. And the idea intrigued me. Thinking back on the videos I've made most recently on my channel, there are not many videos like that, where I just talk. And that's kind of what inspired my decision to make one of these. It's just to put something out there where hopefully you get to enjoy it, fall asleep listening to it, or whatever it is that you'd prefer to do, while I get to talk about whatever's on my mind. Perhaps you'll get to learn more about me, or the game, or whatever it is you'd like. Let's see. To craft this bed, we need one more cloth. Shouldn't be too difficult. There we go. I do notice we have these cotton seeds, so if we're to have any more cloth, we should probably get these planted. And thankfully, it's raining quite a lot, so I think that saves us from really having to water these. Let's see, we should be able to build a bed now. Not seeing it here. Oh, perhaps it's here. No? Oh, we need... Oh, that was to research it. That's right. Now what do we need to make it? We need 2 cotton and 1 cloth. Looks like we'll be waiting on this cotton. This is kind of making me wish that I would have planted this much earlier. Well, I suppose in the meantime we can continue chopping down trees and expanding the little home we've got. I was able to get something quite pretty going on in my playthrough on the demo. Hopefully by the end of this I'll have something quite nice. And honestly, I'm quite curious on the viewers I have coming to my channel. The past few videos I've made aren't necessarily blowing up or anything, which I'm not upset about. I wouldn't say I do it for big numbers. But because of that, there's not too much interaction on the videos as far as comments, so it certainly leaves me to wonder what people are thinking throughout the video. So I'm hoping this video might be a change, but we'll see. When I started posting on this channel again, I really was doing it just to do something fun. I have another channel that I made back in, I want to say December or January of 2025. December 2025, that is. And when I started that channel, what I had going on in my head was that I wanted to make money. And my thought behind that, my motivation that is, was because I'm a college student at the moment. And I'm going into a pretty time-intensive program, or at least that's what I'm told. I suppose we'll see soon. And because of that, it seemed wise that I reduce my time working for the time being and able to better focus on my studies. And while that seemed wise, it's hard to not want more money. Of course, anyone would, especially whenever you're a college student and still gotta pay for your living. So, because of that, on this King of Jorts channel, is what it's called, I decided to make a 33-minute video on the story of Rocket League. I thought it would be an interesting watch, and I thought people would enjoy it. I thought I would enjoy making it. And to a certain degree, I certainly did. It was a lot more work than I had originally expected, and it ended up being around, I think I already mentioned this, but around 33 minutes or so. And I think it did fairly well as far as first YouTube videos go. It got around 70, or sorry, not 70, about 17,000 views, I believe, give or take. And I was quite happy with that. But I did realize something after having posted it, which was that I don't know if I wanted to do that forever. I made a few other videos on that channel. I made one on gambling, and then I made another on the game Marathon, which is an extraction shooter. And same thing, I had fun creating those videos. I certainly did, to a degree, but after making that third video, I felt my motivation was off. I didn't think that having the motivating factor of my videos being money would be very sustainable. In my head, if you want to create YouTube videos and continue doing it, it should probably be something you enjoy. So, that's where reacquainting myself with this YouTube channel came to be. As I decided I want to have fun making videos. So I changed formats and decided to go towards more of an actual gaming focus as opposed to video essays. I'm not entirely opposed to the idea of video essays in the future, but for now, this is what it'll be. I think I also wanted to just avoid burnout in general. If you look through the history on the channel that I will be uploading this to, you'll see that I started this YouTube channel quite a long time ago, and I believe my oldest video on this channel is around 10 years old. And I was quite a youngster at that point in time. At that point in time, of course, I didn't care to think about the potential benefits of YouTube, monetarily speaking. But I watched YouTube a lot as a kid, and it always struck a fancy to me to become what I enjoyed watching all the time, to be a YouTuber. And to a very real degree, that's still there. I love the thought of being a YouTuber. And I think that's part of the mindset shift I've had recently in this new channel, or new uploads that I've made. I certainly veered off the path for a while, but it's a lot of fun making YouTube videos. And I focused on doing it more so for fun. I don't think I would very much enjoy YouTube if my mindset was always about the money I'm making, or if YouTube were my sole income. It would almost turn into a business as opposed to something I do in my free time just because I enjoy it. And that's how I like my YouTube now. And that's part of why this video is coming out as it is, because I just want to put another video out there. Oh, here we go. That's our cotton grown. Let's go ahead and get these other ones planted and watered. The thought of making money on YouTube is a really interesting thought. Watching people who I watch on a regular basis, video essays and others alike, who their entire career is YouTube. Say like someone like Mr. Beast, or really any other popular channel whose career is their YouTube. It's always been an interesting idea to me. I feel like that's why many people want to become YouTubers, is because of the prospect of perhaps having your own, kind of being your own employer. You get to choose your hours, you get to choose what you do, when, why, and where. Although I'm sure there comes a point where the pressure could hit, in a way, as in it would need to be important that you keep up whatever it is you're doing once you start living off of your YouTube channel. And I often wonder if that sort of thinking locks some YouTubers into a box where they feel they could not, or rather should not, do what I'm doing. Where this video is a major change of pace. Although, I think it's worth noting here that for those who do like the other more fast-paced, highly edited videos that I make, I still have more coming. For instance, at the moment, I'm working on a Shift at Midnight video. I'm still in the process of making the script, and I think it'll be very enjoyable. Let's see now. What all do we have left? Just one more cotton. Perhaps searching around we might be able to find it. It does say I'm rather hungry. Honey bread. we just spawned in with this. Wonder if it's cold by now. No matter. So I mentioned I was in college earlier. And I feel like for a lot of people, that's a very stressful time in their life. Depending, of course, on what you're pursuing. Some may have it easier than others. I'm thinking about business majors at the moment, in case you were wondering. Not to say that business majors are worth less, or that in college you need to be busy. You certainly don't. I mean, whatever your goal is, that should be what you strive for, regardless of difficulty. But for those, say, looking to be a doctor, no doubt it's quite a challenging road they would have ahead of them. Finally, some more cotton. You know, sometimes as I'm scrolling through Instagram, I will see YouTube videos of people who are in varying levels of different schoolings for different things. For instance, many times I do see things about people looking to go to something like medical school or veterinarian school. And honestly, I am so glad I am not one of them. That sounds awful. I'm not a business major. I'm currently studying dental hygiene, which seems like a good pick. I think I'll enjoy it. I've always enjoyed talking with people, which is nice. And what better time to talk to people than when they can't talk back because you're cleaning their teeth and your hands are all up in their mouth. In a way that's similar to what I'm doing now. I'm taking the opportunity to talk when no one else can talk back. So that's nice. In a way. Let's get this campfire down. Wow. That's a pretty sight. I recently bought 2 more monitors. Oh, and there it goes. Perhaps it needs a roof to shelter it from the rain. No matter. But I recently bought 2 monitors. And these monitors are certainly nicer than what I had before. So, the first monitor I had bought was a 1080p monitor, just standard HD. And it was 244 hertz, which was important to me for Rocket League, of course. And the new monitors I had bought, I've upgraded to a dual monitor setup right now, which I will admit feels quite like a spaceship in just how wide these monitors are. I bought 2 32-inch monitors that now sit on my desk with a dual monitor mount, and they're side by side, which feels quite awesome, I will say. Let's see. Open key items, overview, and inventory. Here we go. Oh, was that the entire tutorial? It seems so. Alright. Awesome. It's a free-for-all now. Let's see what else we can research. Oh, looks like we need beeswax. Looks like we're making the beehive. I've never been fond of bees. Whenever I was young, I was very scared of them. And that was until I had heard that bees will sting you if you're scared of them. To this day, I still don't know how true that is, but I've chosen to believe it. I certainly do not want to be stung by a bee. So I've made a conscious effort to not be afraid when bees are around. I wouldn't say I particularly like them now, but I haven't been stung yet. In fact, I don't think I've ever been stung by a bee. So I've got a good track record so far, and I'm hoping to keep it that way. Let's see, we just need some more wood, and then I believe we'll be able to make it. Chopping down these trees. I think I should be able to make it now. Let's go find out as I leap from this rock. There we go. Let's see. Perfect. Alright. We've got our beehive. Let's get this place down. Now, where to put it? Perhaps inside my backyard. Maybe about here. Why not? Looks like there's already bees. Lovely. Although my new monitors, I don't think I mentioned it yet. I think I kept getting distracted. But my new 2 monitors are both 4K monitors, which is really nice. The old monitors I had were, because they were 1080p, oftentimes when looking at things like app icons and certain small text, it was very difficult to read what it was. And maybe not all the time so much as difficult, but rather it was very easy to see all the pixels, which wasn't something I really had an issue with, but it was something I noticed. And now, since I've upgraded to this new double 4K monitor setup, I have a lot of trouble seeing individual pixels on my screen. And it is very awesome. I still cannot midge this chicken. I need to unlock animal basics in the research table. So it looks like the only thing we're waiting on is this beeswax, which hopefully does not have to be full in order to be harvested. Perhaps I can make this a double-story house now. Let's try that. Knocking down a few of the walls. I think the width is not bad. After all, it's just me living here. I will admit, me and my girlfriend do not live together, but a day would come where I would like that to be the case, as a married couple. And the reason I say this is because I am scared to live with another person. You have to share bathrooms with them, wake up next to each other with morning breath. That does not sound very exciting to me. I'm sure it'd be worth it, but I'd rather not be exposed for how stinky I am. Let's see. Let's get these stairs down. Perfect. All right. It's really starting to come together. Oh, that was a bit too far. Looks like we need some more wood. Perhaps we can collect the beeswax now. Nope, still no. If we're still not able to collect it, I assume it needs to be full. That's too bad. Those bees are quite greedy. I guess they really need to be overflowing before they'll let you take their honey or their beeswax. No matter. No doubt before long I will be ruler of the bees. Right now I only have one beehive, but little do they know, I'm on the precipice of having a beehive empire, where, starting out, I'll do all the work myself. I will set them up, I will get all of the bees in there and maintain it, until eventually I hire out laborers to fumigate and harvest and do all the things I don't want to do or am too busy to do myself. And before long, I will be the Amazon of beehives. Everything anyone could ever want relating to bees will be within my hands. That way, bees could never stop me from harvesting again, even if they are not full. Wow, look at that. It practically is full, and yet I'm not able to harvest it. Too empty, it says. If they say so. Looking into the long sky at this airship is very curiosity-inducing. I hope to be able to reach it very soon. Here we go. We've got our beeswax. Looks like we can level up the research table. Here we go. Looks like to... Oh, a map. Oh, cool. Got some decorations. A bottle. Very nice. And we were able to get a furnace, which we should be able to refine some iron ore in. Which I believe I saw something right over here. Wow. Recording a sleeping video is making me quite tired, admittedly. Alright. Now we've got 6. And now we've got 10. If you're very new to the channel, or if perhaps this is your very first time seeing this, I would like to make more videos like this. I feel like it's much more creatively free, in a sense. I suppose in all YouTube videos there is creative liberty, and that's good. But I think making these kind of videos is more relaxing, and certainly takes less time than the normal videos I'm putting out. As of recently, I've been thinking on other kinds of videos to put out. Looking at my Thief Simulator video, my Rocket League video I had made recently on this channel. Because I'm a solo man, and they were made while being a student and having to hold a job, it can be quite time-consuming. So I'm thinking of other ways to get other kinds of videos out faster. And one of them is perhaps shortening the video lengths, or doing something like this. Perhaps both are ideas that I will play with. Let's go ahead and get this iron smelt. There we go. We can also use this clay to create bricks. Very nice. Seems the leaves deplete quite fast. Let's go ahead and get rid of these trees. Perhaps they could be put in a better spot. Oh, I'm not even sure what dropped the axe. There we go. What was that? R? T? F? No? G? No? Let me just start pressing buttons. Find out what drops it. Oh, there we go. It's Q. Good to know. I'd be horrified to drop something on an airship. I imagine there's not much recovery you're able to do at that point. Wow, I'm yawning quite a lot. Perhaps through here will be a good spot. I think it'll be very pretty having a tree right there on the outside. I think I'll do the same thing here. There we go. Should probably get to planting that cotton that I have. And I suppose I can make another cotton seed. for another farm plot. Here we go. Perfect. Let's go ahead and refill this up and start working on our house again. Should probably go ahead and knock down these walls. That's right, we used our building hammer to upgrade the research table. There we go. Now, what is it you use to make glass? Presumably sand, if Minecraft has taught me anything. And I believe we do already have some from these smaller rocks that I've been destroying. At least there were some smaller rocks that I was getting sand from. Perhaps it's these ones. There we go. Let's try making some glass. Already got 8 iron ore. Let's go ahead and leave the rest for another date. Oh, that's all of that. Let's use some of this wood. Perhaps that'll last much longer. And it certainly seems to. They last about a minute each. That's good. I'd like to have a nice and finished cottage by the end of this. And honestly, now that I'm looking at the house, I'm thinking it being one wider on either side might be nice. Perhaps it could serve as a wraparound porch. Let's see. Maybe I could back up the walls one. Let's get rid of this. Oh, here we go. I guarantee that you'll receive my full effort in this. Maybe a double wide porch. Why not? Let's go ahead and get rid of this. And start chopping down some of these trees. There's much wood to be had. Now, I'm not sure what percentage of my audience is female. I would imagine it's a very small percentage, but if there happens to be a woman watching this video, at least one, do women love cottages like this? Cute little cottages with wraparound porches. I think if I were a girl, I would enjoy it quite a lot. It seems very cutesy, it could be said. Perhaps it'll be better once the product is finished. Then you could be a better judge. Well, let's keep going then. Let's see. Looks like this terrain may make it a bit difficult. At least we could have it double wide on either side. Perhaps keep it this length here. That seems good. Maybe just door frame, door frame. I don't think anyone will be coming in here, but I think this would be a good way to go. Let's go ahead and get rid of these here. Perfect. All right. It's really coming together. I think we can add one more floor, and we should be good there. However, I think I'd like to move this furnace down. There's our glass. Perfect. Perhaps this area could serve as an attic of sorts, but I think we'll need more for that. I actually think I'd like to make these windows as well. Seems more cutesy. Windows everywhere. Let's try that. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then these here. Perfect. This already feels a lot better. Certainly a work in progress, but it's making it. Let's get some more wood. You know, whenever I was originally thinking up making a video like this, I was wondering if it would be a bad idea to play Rocket League. But now I definitely think that would have been a bad idea. You know, I already recorded one video for this kind of format. And during it, I recorded about an hour and 20 minutes of footage on a game called Arena Breakout Infinite. And the problem I found with that game, I don't believe I will upload it. And the reason behind that is that I think playing that game, I had to be too focused. And there wasn't much room for talking outside of just what was in the game. And I felt like that would make for a rather boring experience if you're not already into the game. And that's what eventually got me to purchase and start playing this game. I figured it would be a more enjoyable experience, being able to listen to more speaking. If I had to guess, maybe about 30% of all of the footage I recorded for that was actually speaking. And that may be a liberal estimate at that. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know if I like this spacing. I think we'll have to get rid of this tree and all these other fences to fit around our new wraparound porch. It'll certainly be worth it in the end. I will finally be able to live out my trad wife chicken coop fantasy and beeswax farmer fantasy all in the same breath. That's good. Let's finish setting up this perimeter. All right. And that is the last fence. At least all that will reasonably fit there. And it doesn't look too bad. I think I like it. And this one should fit just fine. There's a small gap. Perhaps I could move it just a hair. There we go. That still fits very good. I think I like it. Let's continue on. What do we have to do next? Unlock Tier 3. What is available to us now? Ah, here we go. The airship dock. We're very close. Let's see, magnetic fishing rod. A wax briquette. A briquette made of wax and cloth that is very effective for fueling furnaces. Okay, interesting. Looks like we need copper to upgrade the research table more. I think for now the focus will be making this airship dock. Which, having that goal in mind, should probably expand this garden some. Am I able to demolish these? I am. Yes, I still get my cottonseed back. Although I'll have to restart them, I think it'll be worth it to fix some of the aesthetic that I've got going on. Let's go ahead and get this research table here. Should probably have left the rain collector out there, though. The crafting table can sit here, and the research table there. Now, let's get this rain collector right there, outside of our base. Alright, that does not look too bad. Kind of what my thought process is. Oh, you know what I just realized? That this is asymmetrical. I don't know if I have OCD, but I might. Let's go ahead and widen out this fence on this side by 1. It seems like whenever you hover just outside of the fence, you're able to go through the demolish motion, although I'm not able to recreate it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, just outside of the fence, I'm able to recreate the demolish motion without actually demolishing. That's interesting. A little frustrating, if anything else. There we go. And it's becoming nighttime. Should probably hit the sack. Here we go. As I hope you're doing as well. Alright. We have made it back. Now let's go ahead and finish setting up these fences. Just 1 more wide. And we can continue on. Just keeping it a straight line. Looks like we'll have to get rid of this rock. There we go. I've also debated a few times on making more shorts on this channel. And I'm speaking about this as if it was a long gone event, but this was actually quite recent. If you follow this channel, you may have seen the 2 recent shorts that I have posted on the Eggstein Island game, as well as the Adventure Capitalist game. And I think my motivation on getting those games out was very similar to my motivation on this video, which is primarily wanting to get more content out. Just to have more on my channel, to show more of myself, I suppose. It doesn't seem too bad. I may still end up doing that, but I like this as well. And this seems a lot more relaxing. It still takes quite a while to make and edit those shorts. Whereas hopefully this will be less of a drawn-out process and much faster. At least I'm hoping. I'm thinking that we should... Ooh. Looks like we can build a white picket fence as well. I should have thought about that. Apologies for anyone actively watching this. I'm about to redo all of the fences. If I really want to go for that trad wife feel, I feel that white picket fences are definitely the way to go. Let's see how it looks on this side after I get them down. Making sure to line them up as best I can. They do look pretty good. Although I wish there was an easier way that they would all snap to each other on this rather uneven terrain. There we go. Still looks pretty good, I would say. How well do they fit the aesthetic? Relatively well. I may not be the best judge. You know, I feel like they actually don't fit that well. I think I'll stick with the originals. I may just edit this part out. If you're listening to me say that right now, then you know I did not. We will find out, future Jort. Although I've gotten some good practice in now, lining these up. So hopefully it doesn't take too terribly long. I very much want to get the new aesthetic going on this house, this cottage. I think the next best step is to start growing things out here. Perhaps getting some plots down. I'm unsure how big I'll make this. Perhaps start out with something like this. Maybe a 3x4 garden. And I could do this on either side. I'm sure that would look very cottagey, if that's a word. There goes our hoe. Not another one. You know, I wish I could easily think of some kind of world event going on right now, but honestly, nothing really comes to mind. And honestly, I think my life is better that way. Some of the world seems very bleak, but solar punk is not, and that's nice. That makes some things easier. Let's see how this looks. Having an encased farming area. Perhaps even get something similar going on here. And that goes 3 fences out. 1, 2, and 3. And just one more. There we go. So far, it's not looking too bad, I would say. Let's keep it going. Suppose we should start by planting these cotton seeds. There we are. Watering each of them. Hopefully it doesn't take too long for them to start growing. There we go. I think I would like to get rid of this door frame. Just add a normal door frame. There we go. Should probably get started on that roof if we have enough wood. Let's see. Maybe a half wall is the move here. Let's try that. Got roof here, a roof dormer. Feel like that would best serve one out like this. I will say, I want to think that my original build did look something like this when I had done it. Perhaps I need to go one more out. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get some of these small walls down. Maybe another half wall? Yeah. Here we go. But I still need more wood. Let's go ahead and get that. I enjoy this forest right next to me. It's quite handy. Although, after having gotten this far, I will say I think it would have been a bit nicer to have chosen some flatter land. So I think I kind of shot myself in the foot with my choice of location here, if I'm going for aesthetics. Let's get another axe down. So hopefully this doesn't take too long to remux the recording. If you don't make videos and you don't know what that is, I use a software called OBS Studio to record these videos. And OBS Studio has an option where you can record in a format called MKV, which is the format that I do use. And with that format, you have the advantage of being able to record without fear of losing anything you've made, which is nice. So I make use of that. And seems we're having some trouble placing this portion of the roof here. There we go. Perhaps that will help. Perfect. So using OBS Studio, you're able to record in MKV, which gives you the opportunity to have your footage saved just in case the power were to go out or some other event happened. You would still have the saved footage of everything you had recorded up to that point. However, if you record straight to MP4, it's very likely that your footage could get corrupted if the power were to go out, or if your computer suddenly shut off while recording. And remuxing a recording is whenever you record in the MKV format, and after recording, it changes to MP4. And that's particularly helpful in the context of something like editing. I personally use Adobe Premiere Pro, which seems to work very great for me. However, in my time attempting to edit videos that were made in MKV, I've certainly come across a fair share of issues. And rather just overall slowness. So because of that, I started remuxing all of my videos, just changing them from MKV to MP4. And this always happens right after you finish a recording on OBS. And for the few times I've had to remux some rather long recordings, for instance, my shift at midnight video that I've made, or will make here relatively soon. Hopefully I'll get finished on it rather soon. I had recorded about 5 hours of footage, and they were split up into 3 different portions, the longest of which was just about 3 hours. And remuxing that video to MP4, I believe, took about 3 hours, give or take. So I'm hoping that it's not a 1-to-1 in how long it takes to remux this video. As of right now, we're sitting at just about an hour and 10 minutes. Not sure what it'll look like on the timeline after it's been cut a little bit. I do hope, though, that in the spirit of calm and relaxation for these videos, that it will not be cut down too much. Of course, it's entirely up to me, but even I do not know what the final product will be as of right now. These roof end pieces look nice. Here we go. I wonder what it would be like if I were a construction worker, having to wake up every day, likely very early, to get up and go make things. Perhaps some construction wouldn't be too bad, but no doubt it would all be very difficult work. At the very least, physically strenuous. I have an uncle who does types of construction. I'm not sure what you would call what specifically he does, but he often builds decks for people and does things of that nature. And I'll admit, I'm not sure if I'm liking how this is looking right now. It looks like a toad from Mario. I'm not sure if that's exactly what I'm going for. Perhaps I just need to finish it and it'll look better. Let's see how much wood I've got. Got about 6 wood. I do think this could almost benefit if it were shorter. Although I'm not sure how that would work. See if I can't figure out something to do here. If I were to cut it into here, it may be too short. Let's see. We go here, get a roof corner cut. Let's try that. I feel like a slimmer look would best fit what we're doing here. It's a shame I already used so much wood to get all of this up, and I have to backtrack so far. Forget, I should probably keep collecting from this beehive. They're quite stingy bees. Here we go. Let's see how this looks on this side. Oh, these plants are getting a little dry. Which is no good, especially considering how close we are to building that airship dock. At the very least, I can't call it without having my beautiful cottage. Let's see. We go ahead and make these the roofs. Or the roofing. Doesn't look too bad. Let's add the mini pieces. And the corner piece. It certainly looks a bit better. I think it being super wide on the edge was not a great move. Let's go ahead and replicate that here on the other side. Let's see. Be right there. That's a big shadow there. Should probably head to sleep. But when you're like me, and you're an aspiring bee empire CEO, sometimes you have to work all night. It takes a lot to achieve your dreams, so perhaps this will be what it takes. After enough time doing this, no doubt I will run the bee world. Now let's see. Get our corner piece down. Oh, I almost destroyed that by accident. Oh, I didn't mean to put that down. Perhaps the tiredness is really getting to me as well. Looks like I'll have to get up there. That shouldn't be too bad. There we go. Let's go ahead and get that out of here. Now I suppose the real question is whether or not I will be able to get up here with the roof caved in like that. Suppose let's find out. Alright, let's see. Perhaps I'll need to crouch down. And it looks like I can't. Maybe just a hair of the attic being out. Shouldn't be too bad. I can do something creative here. Let's see. We can keep our half walls. At least for right here. Are there any roof half walls? Doesn't seem to be. That should be alright. I think I can still make it work. Let's get a half wall here. There we go, right there. Just a regular hazard of doing business. This is taking more mental effort than I had originally anticipated. There we go. There's that there, which looks fairly good. Let's go ahead and get this down. Another roof corner piece. It looks perhaps a little lopsided, but if you look at it at the right angle, you'd never know. I'd say I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this roof up. How much wood do we have? Hopefully enough. Seems I can't get back up here. There we go. Where is it that I'm looking for? Half roof eye shape. There we go. There we go. Do I really not have the option to crouch in this game? There we go. Seems I can't get back downstairs. Jump, sprint, rise, sink. Oh, that's the airship. All right. It would seem as though I cannot. See how I can do this. Looks like here I won't be able to use these. Maybe I can just keep with these normal roofs then, which might look a little wonky, but it's probably worth it. If I can even get this to work. It's certainly an interesting look, but should be okay. Most definitely an interesting look. I can't wait to see how this looks like from the outside. Let's get our half roof U shape. Get our small triangles in. And now we can go downstairs. Perfect. Perhaps we can use this area for some storage. Now let's see. Wow. That is certainly a look. Maybe if we add some roof tips to it, some end pieces, it'll look a bit more polished. Get these corner pieces in. And end pieces here. Seems I can't put this one here. Let's go ahead and make a staircase. Perfect. Yes, I'm not able to put one there. Maybe if I use a small corner one, I'd be able to. Seems still no. Okay then. That's still not too bad. I'd say I'm relatively happy with it. It looks a bit better from the side. Perhaps if we add some more small end pieces underneath. It says must snap to another building. It looks like it can't be helped. Well, I guess I'll just keep showing off the good side. If this could be considered the good side. I guess let's keep it going. We've got 4 more cotton and 4 more cotton to plant. It's unfortunate how the farming doesn't seem quite exponential, and if I want to fill all 12 of these plots, I need to go out and find at least 12 cotton. That shouldn't be too awfully hard. We haven't been doing much exploration at this point. Can I get this? Seems I'm not able to grab it while I'm jumping. There we go. Let's keep the hunt going. You know that feeling whenever you're starting to feel quite tired and you can start to feel it in your eyes start to get heavy? That's kind of what I'm starting to experience now. And I don't think I usually experience that a lot, so perhaps that's speaking to the relaxation of this game and of this format. So I hope you're experiencing the same effects. And if you're asleep by now, then I hope you're having the bestest of dreams. I hope you're dreaming about being a flying pig who gets all the slop that he wants, and he shares it with everyone, and everyone's happy, and they all get to eat pig slop together, and they all love it. That is my sincere hope for you. In the meantime, we're still on the search for cotton. Although it seems like we've certainly struck a good amount of iron, at least in this immediate area. And what looks to be a small boat. Let's see what this is. Airship components. That's right. I do remember that we need that from my time in the demo to craft the airship. Which, might I add, we are quite close to doing now. Let's see. Doesn't seem like there's really any other cotton here. Unless perhaps there's some up here that I had missed. Let's see. Alright. Does not seem to be the case. Looks like we'll have to either wait for some more to spawn, or just keep growing them out in the farmland. At least we have one more to plant. So, thank God for that. And there we go. Let's go and water up this puppy. And honestly, it's hard to picture what to do from here. Perhaps I can start adding pillars for fun. Or maybe, ooh, this could be a good idea. If we expand the roof to be straight out here. Maybe we can give that a try. Let's try it out. How would that look? Looks like we need some more wood again. Speaking of which, I've been keeping a lot of these trees in my inventory. Should probably let them sprout and come out. Here pretty soon we could have an entire forest outside of my base. Outside of the lovely cottage. I think base is the first word that comes to mind because I've played too much Ark Survival Evolved. I'd rather not think of my beautiful tradwife cottage as a base. It's more like a place of relaxation. A place of love and all of those kinds of feelings. A place of happiness and chicken raising and tomato planting. Yeah, that sounds about right. If you made it this far into the video, I'd like to reward you with a poem written by myself. A river of green that flows with trees has left the mouth of the bed. Now with great esteem and great college, I present you with the great renown. If you understand this poem, I ask that you kindly put your guess of what it means into the comment section. No doubt those who are confused would be greatly appreciated. And if after a good minute you still don't know what it means, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe if you listen to it one more time, you'll understand it. If not, maybe ask your parents for help. It's quite a deep one. Just cutting down a few more trees here. I do believe we have the sufficient amount of cotton to build the airship dock. There we go. Oh, we need some cloth. Let's go ahead and get that crafted. Perfect. And storage shelves, and a bottle, and signs and maps, and markers. Awesome. Now, what does it take to build that airship dock? Here we go. We need 20 iron, 40 wood, and 3 cloth. That's not too terribly bad. Let's see if we can go mine out some iron. I've noticed we have been pretty lax, and by we, I mean me, but pretty lax on getting all of this iron smelted up. Although I don't really think we've had much use for iron yet up to this point, rather than upgrading the research table one time. And now that that's done, this is the next big step for iron in this world. So let's go ahead and get that started. I remember seeing a few iron veins up here. Hopefully by the end of this I have enough. I think I still have about 10 if I recall. Or I have 16 iron ore and 2 iron. I have no idea what happened to the rest of it. And I'm not sure if 1 iron ore equals 1 iron. Perhaps we'll see shortly in the furnace. You know, I'll admit, before starting up this video, I was a little nervous. I was wondering what I should talk about when I opened it up, because I figured there's a million things one could talk about. You could dip into personal things, you could talk about your YouTube channel, the economical and the economic and what's that one meme? It's the political and economic state of the world right now. Yeah, that. Could talk about all of that, but that sounds kind of boring. I had even considered going to ChatGPT and asking it to generate a list of things I could talk about. However, I decided against that, as I had thought that might be a hair disingenuous if all of my viewers were to be thinking that I'm just talking about whatever comes to mind. So I figured that'd be a better format. I'm hoping that without too much editing, I'll be able to finish this video. And frankly, with how tired I am at this point, and the fact that I'd like to get the video out there, I may leave it mostly uncut. I can recall now there are a number of spots that definitely fall under the threshold of quality, stuttering a few times and things like that. Things that will probably not help promote peaceful sleep, and coughs and things like that. So I'll make sure to do a careful swipe through this video. Your sleep is my priority. I really like the garden we've got going on. See if we can get some more iron ore in here. There we go. Let's fill up this watering can and get some more of this cotton built up. I probably do need to go out and cut some more wood as well. So we need 40 wood for the airship dock. I think given how far I'm feeling into this video, tiredness-wise, anytime I'm knowing I should have to go to sleep soon, I should probably just get up and record a video like this. I feel like it'd be pretty easy to go to sleep right after. At least it seems. I wonder, If you're still here and still able to listen because you're presumably awake, please tell me, what are your thoughts on Maine Coon cats? Do you like them? Do you not? Or perhaps indifferent? A few years back, I was thinking about buying a Maine Coon cat. They really seem to resemble like a lion or a very large cat, as they generally are when purebred. And that certainly struck my interest. Cats from a young age certainly definitely caught my eye whenever I was younger. They're just very sweet and nice animals, generally, mostly. And they're very nimble and they're nice. The nice cats are nice. Not sure if I could say the same about every cat, but the nice cats are nice. I had a black cat for a short while, whenever I was very young. To be honest, I forget what his name was. I was about 12, maybe 13 at the time. And my grandpa, who I was staying with at the time, had a deck full of cats that were outside cats that he would feed and take care of, that would always come to visit his deck. And one day, my mom and I had decided to take one of them into the house. At least I believe that's where he came from, if memory serves. And we kept him for a good while. I want to say we had him for about a year. And I was very happy for that year. He was a very energetic kitten, which made it quite a lot of fun having him running around in the house. I don't remember why we originally got rid of him. Perhaps he was annoying or something. Maybe he tore up the furniture. It's hard to say. But he was a very sweet cat. And I see now that this does not look very good, but that's okay. It's the overall aesthetic. For thumbnail purposes, I don't think it should matter too much. I'd like to, for the thumbnail to this video, get a nice shot of the new place, the new crib, the new humble cottage trad wife abode that we've been working towards throughout this video. Hopefully turning it into something that I would be very proud of to live in myself. And maybe one day, after I upload my consciousness to the World Wide Web and play solar punk through a chip in my mind, perhaps I can live here. Maybe that's the American dream. Hopefully I get there one day. Here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and take a peek. That is not too shabby. I can say I really kind of do like how it looks, but this top section still really bugs me. I'm not quite sure what I can do about it. Perhaps there's a different type of half wall, or maybe through here I can make the glass walls, but I think that requires upgrading this again with copper, which I do not have. Let's see. We've got 18 iron thus far. Just a few more to go. And it shouldn't be too terribly difficult to collect all the wood that we need. In fact, I think I'll go out and start collecting a bit more. I had just texted my girlfriend and told her about what I'm doing on this game and what kind of video I'm recording. And I'm not sure if it's bad to say this, but well, I guess there's no reason to feel like it's bad to say. But I'm hoping my girlfriend will watch this through. If I could get at least one satisfied and asleep viewer by the end of this video, I think I would consider it an accomplishment. And I think that I carry fairly similar mindset to my other videos. So I've been looking at this subreddit recently for smaller YouTubers, and I've been talking to my girlfriend about how there are so many YouTubers that are discouraged by low view counts and frustrated with certain channels who get monetized within 30 days or do some other incredible feat like that. And I suppose I could understand the frustration. I wouldn't say I identify with it, but I think that in doing YouTube, especially whenever you're not a big YouTuber, your set out shouldn't be to become the most famous with the most views. I really do think that the best part about being a YouTuber is enjoying it and having fun doing it. All these posts that I see on Reddit are usually people complaining about the letdown of not having a lot of views. But I feel like that's something you should come to expect. Whenever you're starting out and you're doing YouTube, it's so far and few between of people who actually get a very successful channel that ends up doing a lot of numbers. And good for those who reach that point. I would wish that on every prospective YouTuber. It'd be fun to know that people are watching your stuff. But honestly, it does sadden me a bit hearing how many people give up on doing YouTube just because they aren't making money within 30 days or within a small amount of time. And just like that, we've got our airship dock down. Awesome. Looks like we are one step closer to getting our airship up. And it looks like we don't have too many things that we need to get it going. Just 10 iron, 3 cloth, and the airship components that we had collected earlier. Now, I am curious, though, on how we're going to get more iron. I didn't seem to find any in my other go-around on the island. So, hopefully there's some more that I missed, or they're just somewhere in these other rocks. I suppose I should get to it, on the chance that I might find some. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what I could do. Oh. Okay, I didn't know that. I can just smack the ground over here for more iron ore. And it seems infinite. That's nice. I'm not sure why they would bother creating the little stones with iron in them if you're able to do this anyway. Seems you're also able to get sand out of these. Well, that's good. Okay. Wow. Look at the house from here. Through this wooded tree area. It's very nice. I feel like I should get some more trees around it, though. Kind of even it out a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that. It seemed rather bare in the backyard of the cottage. Although it seems like everything is quite limited. At least I haven't noticed any resources spawning yet in the game if they do. So if they are limited, perhaps you only get enough to just get the the airship dock and the airship going so that you can travel to other islands. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get these trees down. I will say, for the game being available to play in 4K, the detail is not that impressive once you're actually there. Not that I should expect incredible detail. I believe this is a rather smaller studio that made this game. I'm not complaining. It still delivers in the vibes department. It still feels very cozy and relaxing. Let's go ahead and get these trees up. Perhaps one here. One here. Here. And here. That should definitely thicken it up a little bit. Especially for a thumbnail. Let's go ahead and get these irons. What's the word? I'm not sure why I'm blanking. Smelted. There we go. I've played enough Minecraft. This should be secondhand. Here we go. We have a standing sign and a wall sign. Let's make a wall sign. We can also get storage shelves, but we need a few more sticks. That's relatively simple. We can just craft those from the wood we have. And now we have a storage shelf, and we can do a few wall shelves. Let's get this place spiffy. Let's see, I could use a storage shelf here. And that looks good. And perhaps a storage shelf above the bed. Or perhaps... so many choices. Maybe I can do one above the furnace and one above the bed. That doesn't seem too bad. I'm not sure, actually. I'm kind of second guessing. It's okay, I'll let it leave for now. And let's go ahead and... maybe I should have done a freestanding sign. Yeah, I think so. Let's go ahead and do that. Standing sign. Let's throw this wall sign into the abyss. Bye-bye. More beeswax. Here we go. Let's name it... let's see... the Jordicus... oh. The Jordicus... oh, okay. I'm very limited on space then. Not college. Cottage. How about that? Wow, that's some blurry text, but here it is. The Jort Cottage. It's not looking too bad. I'm excited for these smaller trees to start growing. I wonder if it would be helpful for me to water them, if that would do anything at all. I suppose there's an easy way to find out. Might as well while we're here. Water up this cotton first. Get this tree. Doesn't seem to have any different effect. Although I shouldn't sit here and act surprised. It'll grow when it grows. Just gotta be the Lorax and protect the trees. I believe we're all good to build the airship. Let's see, we need 3 cloth. And that is more than doable. Okay, perfect. Alright, let's get this airship up. Ooh, a cutscene. Wow. It's very nice looking. Oh hey, that's us. Oh. Off to the skies. Airship upgrade. Okay. It's a relatively small map. No biggie. And, okay, that's right. Am I not able to upgrade it? Doesn't seem to have any options. Let's see what we can do here on this airship. I think I vaguely remember the controls. Goodbye, my sweet cottage. Hopefully there is much more to be had as I come back with the growth of the trees. Let's go ahead and do a quick scan through these. For the throttle, forward and brake, double tap to reverse, steer it with the mouse, that's right. Shift to descend, space to rise, that makes sense. And you dock with E. If you lost or crashed your airship, you can retrieve it at the dock. Okay, there's lights. A repair kit. And different camera angles, okay. Let's go ahead and look around. Can we do a 3D view? Oh, we can. Alright. Here we go. Wow, this is a bit jarring. Certainly not super intuitive. This is very unsteady. I think I'm going a bit fast. Go ahead and head up here. Let's go ahead and stop real quick. Just take a gander at the beauties we've got going on. Ooh, okay. It's very, very still for being in the air. No worries. So that's our starting island. Looks pretty good. The cottage is a nice addition, of course. Probably the best thing there. Let's go ahead and get this to dock over at this airship. If memory serves, I believe this is where you're able to get electricity from the demo. Let's see. Okay, a very pretty little area. A vending machine. I need to repair it with 1 cobalt. This is interesting. It sells little papers inside. Let's take a look in here. Oh, a robot. Hello. Okay, a trade bot. Get a sprinkler set for 4 watermelon. I'm afraid I don't have any watermelon. I don't know what I just repaired. Energy workbench, okay. But we need a blueprint. Unlocks the energy workbench. You can craft it in the wooden crafting table. Not quite sure how to get this blueprint. Merchant reviews. Praise the sun. That's good. I'm glad to see a Dark Souls reference every now and then. Let's see, my wife and I come her regularly. It was always is a bliss and a big help. We first were a bit intimidated, sure, but in the end, we always get what we need while seeing friendly faces. Wow, these reviews are quite interesting. Wow, this is German? Gerüchte, gehört und ein Rezept für Edbier, Volkornkeksi, bekommen, was will man mehr? Okay. Wit-friendly greetings. The interior is beautiful, the products are top-notch, excellent location, and store manager's hospitality is flawless. I almost gave it 3 stars, but the fact that you can only get there by airship is a drawback. Unfortunately, I could only get 2 stars. There are quite a lot of reviews here. And in other languages, okay. I came for socks. I left with a solar distiller, a wind turbine, and inner peace. Every visit warms the soul like a cup of herbal tea at sunset. Wow, that is a high compliment. I'm not quite sure what else we can do here, to be honest. Am I able to jump off? I didn't think about that. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. We're just falling. Oh. Okay. Fall from the island. We made it, but where? Oh, this is back at our original cottage. Okay. I wonder if our airship is stuck over there. Well, considering I don't see it at the dock, it very well might be. It looks like having to find out that blueprint will have to be for the next escapade. Airship manual? Perhaps I can get an idea on what to do. Research table. I still need copper. Magnetic fishing rod. Sometimes lets you retrieve sources out of the water. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Let's do that. Let's get a magnetic fishing rod. Get a little bit of cloth here. There we go. Well, what does it take to make a magnetic fishing rod? 5 sticks and 4 iron. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some iron. Let's see. How does the cottage look from here? Pretty good. I will say I don't really like the sign though. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. There we go. That looks much better. And the airship is back. Alright, awesome. Let's go ahead and put some of these unused items in the storage shelf, if we can. Although I'm not seeing the option to use it. Alright then. Perhaps we need a chest. No worries. I'll just set it here in my inventory. Let's grow some berries here while we're at it. There we go. Let's get this here. Should be enough to build a stick. There we go. Now a pickaxe. And let's get a little bit of iron before we head off. I think that's all that we need. Alright. Perhaps a little bit of interior decor. A candle. Now where can I put this? Can I put it on the crafting table? Oh, perfect. This looks very good. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Screenshot, perhaps? There we go. A few screenshots. Let's see if we can get a look without the UI on. Tool interaction, move forward. Toggle down boost, nope. What about general? Show control icons, hide. Resolution mode, Windows sync. Looks like I might not be able to get rid of the UI or the HUD. Well, no worries. Perhaps if I just back out a little bit. Perfect. I guess we'll leave that there. Well, we got our cottage up. It's not as beautiful as I had originally hoped, but I'm considering taking down the 3rd floor for the sake of something a bit more aesthetic. But we'll go ahead and leave that to the next time. So hopefully you're asleep by now, and if you're not, then I hope you've enjoyed what we've done so far, and I hope that, if nothing else, it was restful and relaxing. So, thank you for watching, and good night.